Hey ladies, okay, so this time what I did to stay off of the Zoloft, and that is saying it right, I stayed off of it this time. I didn't go on it and then have to go off. My therapist and doctor had told me previously that as soon as I got pregnant, I needed to be on it because my case was severe enough. But my gut said that I needed to try to do it without it this time. So if there's one thing that I can make sure that you know from me this week is that I am not condemning anybody for using medication or doing what they need to do at the time to get through, because it is such a hard time, and the last thing that you need is somebody judging you and telling you that you're doing it wrong. That's just not the case. And like I said, I took it for a few years. So at the time, I didn't know that there were other options. And I now feel like if you know better, then you can try to do better. And that's simply what I have done this past year. So anyhow, this time I stayed off of it. And I could tell because early on, in my pregnancy, I was eating the first trimester I ate terribly. And part of it was due to just bad pregnancy cravings. Part was due to me thinking, this is my last pregnancy. This is the last time I ever have a valid excuse to be fat and eat whatever I want. And so I pretty much did that the first trimester and gained too much. Second trimester, I was like, man, why did I do that? And so, started trying to correct it, and I exercised through the whole thing, which of course helps with your stress level. But the food trumps it any day, in my opinion. So, started kind of detoxing my system, not an official, like hardcore detox, because I wouldn't do that when I was pregnant, but eating clean. And at that point, went off of sugar completely. So no syrup, no honey, nothing. And then played around with that and found that for me, I seem to do okay with a little bit, and these are in major moderation, of maple syrup and honey. And I'm talking like a teaspoon or two at a time, nothing like guzzling it on your, sweet potatoes or oatmeal or anything like that. And I really don't do any baking, so I'm not necessarily even using it in that. So it went off of sugar completely. Noticed a major difference then when I would go out for, an ice cream or some kind of treat. The next day, I was a jittery, irritable mess. And like I said, I played around with it and I tested myself. And so I would go off of it for a few days and then try it again, which was also a very handy experiment to have. But the day after I would consume anything like that, it was the same. I was snippy. I was sometimes in tears. I was grouchy and just really tense. So that for me was hands down a huge deal. Once I knew that, then I could evaluate, when I would go out with my family or with friends, is this cake worth it to me to feel this way tomorrow? What do I have going on tomorrow? Am I going to be able to handle this tomorrow if I eat this today? And so that's pretty much how I've handled it ever since. And the baby Cakers is 7 months old now, and I pretty much still, handle it that way. I can certainly still tell the difference. I still would need to probably be on something if it were not for managing it with diet and exercise and Shakeology. So there you have it. Shakeology first. kicking the sugar completely second, and then exercise third. And those for me have made a world of difference, and I hope that something this week has helped you. And I would encourage you to stick around, and not necessarily in this group, but follow me, and you are more than welcome to always jump into one of my challenge groups. I am here to help you regardless of purchase. So simply, reach out and let me know what your challenges and struggles are, and I'll see if I can be of any help to you. Talk to you guys later.